in today's video, I'm just gonna talk about if I was a actual game tester for a company. Honestly, if I was a game tester and I ask myself, how much would I like to be a game tester and getting paid to actually do that kind of stuff? I roughly say, I think what I would like to get paid if I was actually doing that for a living, not for YouTube, just for an actual company. Everybody says $12 an hour would probably entice them to actually be a game tester. Honestly, for me, I don't think like that. I think of the overall assessment of the game, and plus I like games, so I wouldn't mind getting underpaid to actually do that kind of stuff. Like, I would say $8.50 an hour would suffice for me to entice my beak, depending on what game I was actually going to test out for myself, depending on how many hours it would actually take me to play it. And honestly, everybody says, well, for me, gaming to me is not about getting paid. It's how much fun you're having actually doing what you're doing. Everybody says, well, I get paid so and so and all that stuff. And apparently for them, for the most part, people don't like what they're doing. But if I was an actual game tester and somebody gave me an opportunity to actually test out a game and actually do that for a living and test it out just to see what they need to fix, I would rather get paid $8.50 an hour than $12, because I know about the cost of living and all that stuff. But for me, it's all about if you're a gamer and stuff like that, your lifestyle is kind of gonna be under the lower end anyway, for the most part, from what I've seen, because most of that stuff you're spending your money on is gaming. But for me, because all I do is game testing is the suitable job for me, actually just testing out the game. In fact, for me, gaming is about how much fun you're having playing the game. But when people are not having fun playing a certain game that they're actually playing, why did you even choose that profession, or why did you even bother picking up the game? That's what I always say to myself and a bunch of other stuff. That's what I'm thinking right now to myself. Because honestly, game testers have the funnest job. Just the actual testers that actually get to play the game, because that's where you get to squeak the wheel or see how much the actual gamer knows about the game, so they could actually assist the actual technicians who tweak the game to make their game better. But for me, I'm kind of surprised why they actually need a degree to actually do any kind of game testing anyway, because it's that much simpler just to actually play the game. I don't know why people say you need a degree to just play a video game. I don't get that. That does not make sense to me. If you're playing a video game and knowing what you know about your video games, I don't think game testers especially need a actual degree to do so. I know for doctors and lawyers and other professions, especially those two, maybe the majority of it is doctors, because you don't want to accidentally cut somebody open and cut the wrong thing. But for game testers, I don't know why you need a degree to actually test out a game for that gaming company. You know why? For the life of me, I think the only reason why people need a degree for certain or the majority of things now, it's because the older generation in any kind of profession doesn't want to get replaced. That's how I look at it, for how I see it. That's why people say you need a degree to be a game tester. You need a degree to be a doctor. Which, doctors I can understand because you don't want to accidentally cut somebody open. But a game tester needing a degree, technically, you're just testing out the game. That's not that hard to say, you need to fix this, you need to make this a little bit easier so he could get here or she could get there. I don't understand it. And if my typical gaming salary was only $8.50 an hour, if I was an actual game tester, I would enjoy that. Even if I got paid $7 an hour just to play the game, I would enjoy that. It's testing out a certain game like Deus Ex. I averaged about, in 14 days, about 11 hours of gameplay each time I played it. At least 4 hours minimum. And after playing that game, I was enjoying myself. After starting over 16 times, but I enjoyed myself when I was playing Deus Ex. So if I got paid an X amount of dollars just to play the game, just to test it out, because I'm having fun, it doesn't matter how much the person gets paid. It's how much fun you're having playing the game. Everybody's forgotten that gaming is supposed to be fun. Even when you're playing competitively, it's supposed to be fun. And honestly, it's not always about money. If you're a gamer, you gotta you gotta think, how much money am I gonna actually get paid to do this? Maybe only $8.50 an hour? For me, that's fine. Even if I got paid a little bit less than that's still fine, because depending on the game, if they wanted me to test out this and I got paid something, I don't mind doing it, because I'm having fun. But like God Eater or something like that, because it's a game and I like the anime, but that's why I played it. But after a while, this game wasn't worth playing, and I couldn't stream it for you guys anyway, because every time I would actually stream this, I would get dinged by YouTube, by the actual music composer, saying that I copyright infringement on this game. But how do I play it without any music from the game? You might as well put my voice on mute if that was the case. I don't know why. And for me, this game is hard to begin with, so that's why I gave up playing this game in the long-term process. Because I don't know how to upgrade anything in this game. It's not as easy as all the other complex games I've played, this has the most complex gaming mechanic in history. Like, upgrading wise, everything about this game is difficult. When I looked at this game, I'm like, I was just beating it, and that was it. I wasn't even upgrading anything, but I managed to end up beating this game for where I'm at right now. But I gave up on it because I don't know if I want to continue playing this, and I want to trade it into GameStop because at what I got it for actually $40 when I played this, and I love the anime, but the gameplay was so bad that I gave up. And plus, every time I recorded anything on God Eater, I would get in trouble from the music composer saying that I did some kind of copyright infringement, which I was just playing the game and using my own commentary during my gameplay and what I thought about it. And honestly, that's not fair. Like, how do you want us to play your game and talk about it? And that's not fair to actual game testers that are getting paid to do this. I'm doing this for my own personal records. If I play a game and eventually I get enough subscribers to view my channel, then I'll probably consider monetizing games like this. But as of right now, I'm just keeping games that I've actually beaten for my own personal record because I don't want to get in trouble by anybody. So I just do gaming for fun, and I was like thinking to myself, how much longer am I gonna have to play this game? In certain instances, that's for any game, because after a while, games get very boring because you're getting stuck in a certain area, and I felt that way about Nier Automata, but I got through it, I beat it, and honestly, for game testers, like I take the joy in playing a game like this. I don't consider playing a game a job. I do this for my enjoyment of games like this. Even if I get in trouble, I still enjoy it. But the gaming mechanic for a certain game like this, God Eater Raging Burst 2, it's very complex. At least that's what I thought when I was playing this game. Huh? Hold on. I'm not sure what you put as what you meant by that, man. Or I don't know what this means. You're using letters instead of actual words for me to actually respond to that question. I'm sorry. But like I was saying, for me, what was it? Where is it? In fact, I play games like this. And I know people would also say about game testers, what fighting game do you prefer most? I say I didn't get one, man. Cause I don't have enough money. Even if I did, I would really want one, but I can't get one. At least not yet. Cause my rent went up again. Darn it. Hold on, I gotta... I really want one though. I know it sucks, man. But for me, like I was saying, if somebody asked me and I was a game tester and did this for a living, I would say if somebody asked me what my favorite fighting game was, I would honestly say the majority of them. I like Mortal Kombat 10, which I still have a gripe with Ed Boon and people at NetherRealm. Why isn't Fujin in here? Because I'm disabled, it takes, I would say next month it's gonna take more than half, and that's what I'm going to say. If I actually tell you guys, you would be shocked to hear about that. But as fighting games go, my only gripe about this game, if I was a game tester, where is Fujin? This is Mortal Kombat 4 in a nutshell. Where is Fujin? I'm like, out of... Where's Fujin? You guys at NetherRealm Studios, like I was saying, NetherRealm actually needs to put Fujin in here. Why are they putting characters like Leatherface, another version of Jason, or Jason Voorhees' character in Mortal Kombat? If I was actually testing out the game and giving my opinion about it. And honestly, I like Triborg. I think he's a great addition to Mortal Kombat 10. But where is the Fujin character? He was in Mortal Kombat 4 in what? The N64 version. So I'm like wondering, where is he in this one? And actually, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to fighting games, as a game tester, if I actually did this for a living, which fighting game is better? Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 3, which is now Street Fighter 5? I would say they're equally as important to my development as a gamer to begin with, because I grew up with both. I watched the Street Fighter movies, the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I haven't watched the newer ones, but I heard they were better than that one, but I grew up with Street Fighter also, so I don't have any particular opinion which one's the better fighting game. All I want from this game is another character like Fujin. That's my only gripe about this game. As a game, I would call my channel a video game vlogger. I would say that because as of right now, I'm talking about this. And in all honesty, I hope they put Gil in this one, because he wasn't a playable character in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike when it was out for the Dreamcast, but I really hope that they put his character Gil, which is Yuri's brother, because they wear the same diaper loincloth like Tarzan, as you guys know. So, but Yuri's in there. I want Gil in there now too. I'm really hoping they really put his character in there because he's part of the game. And I think when the original Third Strike came out, the reason why people didn't, what's the right word to phrase this? The reason why they didn't put Ken in the original is because I think he was raising his son in the original game. That's why he wasn't in the actual game. That's my reason for him not appearing in the original Third Strike version of the game. Because originally I thought you know what I thought? I thought Ken was dead. Because he wasn't in the original Third Strike on the Dreamcast version, but once I realized he was back in Street Fighter V, I kind of figured that he was raising his son. So, but I'm glad Ken's back in Street Fighter V, but still I would want more characters that were in Street Fighter 3 to come back in Street Fighter 5 before Street Fighter goes on to different characters like Poison. I'm not, honestly, guys, because of my disability, because when it comes to certain fighting games, I'm not as good as you might think I am. So, because I actually, the highest difficulty I have ever played on a fighting game is normal. Any higher than that, I suck. So, if that answers your question, I'm sorry that I'm not really paying attention to your comments. I apologize in advance. But I wish I was good enough to play in any kind of fighting game competition or anything like that. And I played Tekken also, but the last Tekken game I've ever played was Tekken, or originally it was Tekken 3, and then I went from that to, what was it, the Tekken game that had the movie in it. And that was my last Tekken game ever, and honestly, out of those three franchises, I played, I'm leaning more towards I'm more of a Mortal Kombat player and a Tekken player. If I could say I'm better at those than I am at Street Fighter. I'm decent when it comes to Street Fighter, but in that instance, I'm okay. I'm not that good in any shape or form. I'm even worse when it comes to racing games. I really suck at racing games. If somebody told me to test out a racing game, I would crash in that game multiple times before I won anything. Because I'm not good at hand-eye coordination, and I don't have that great of a reaction time when it comes to turning. So, I'm not much of a gamer when it comes to racing games. That's the only franchise that I will never touch, personally. So, but in retrospect, did I want to get Tekken 7? Yes. Do I want to actually test it out? Yes. But I don't have enough money. Again. Because game testers shouldn't think about their profession as getting paid. It's how much fun that person is having while playing the game. So, for me to state the fact that me playing a game is very important, yes. And also, I wonder what game I actually wanna pick up that I need beneficial financial money for. I wanna Switch, can't afford one. I want I want a lot of things, but I can't afford everything because I don't have a regular day job that pays me every 2 weeks. But for me, gaming is being a game tester, or shall I say, a game aficionado, is what I like to do. I don't like to be pigeonholed by anyone. In my instance, when it comes to testing out a game. If somebody paid me to play Little Big Planet, I would probably say to myself, I'll do it, but I'm not gonna actually like the game, because honestly, when I looked at Sony's hype around even Little Big Planet, I was not a fan in that instance when I first picked it up. And even my friend who asked me, who was back in the day, we're still friends, me and my friend, he was debating with me about Little Big Planet and how awesome it was, but he returned it when he got it. I'm like, dude, I told you. And honestly, I wanted him to save money when he talked a lot about Little Big Planet. I'm like, nope. And he was talking about Little Big Planet like it was, at the time, it was the Holy Grail. No. He returned it right after he got it. I'm like, dude, I told you. And we're best of friends to this day. I text him every month just to say hi and all that stuff. And because he's always busy too. But when it comes to gaming, there's certain games that even if I got paid to do it, I would not do it. Because it's not my cup of tea, and I would do it, but I wouldn't like doing it, but I would still do it. And honestly, my gamer habits have a problem with this game. I don't know why Namco Bandai actually put a block on Tales of Vesperia. I still have trouble pronouncing it sometimes, but I wonder why you could actually put it as a stream on YouTube, but nothing shows up on the screen when you're actually playing this game. And honestly, I thought my camera was broken when I discovered that this game wasn't working on my channel. And the game is awesome, but because there was no capabilities to stream this, I was like, as a game reviewer and a game player of this, of any RPG for that matter, I was thinking to myself, is this really worth what it sits on? It is, but it's not really worth $59 if you're not able to stream this. Like, I would say this game is worth about, in my honest opinion, it's worth $50, but, or it's worth $60, but if you can't stream it and help other gamers beat this game, then it's not really worth sitting through the hours of gameplay that I sat through beating this game. I was playing it for at least 79 hours on the easiest difficulty before I beat this game, and it was too bad that I couldn't show you guys what I was actually playing when it was being streamed, because all I could see was a blue screen and all you could hear was me speaking when I was talking about this game. And if that was the case, why didn't YouTube or have a thing where the platform of the YouTube streamer or the YouTube devices that we're streaming on don't work for games like this? And that would save us a whole lot of trouble trying to say, well, I don't like this game because you can't stream this game. If I was a game publisher, I would want every game in the world to be streamed, because what if that one person does like it but a whole 1,000 don't because of this one problem? And besides, I already made my money if I was selling games like this. I mean, that's just how I take it. But I'm testing this game right here. That's my only gripe about it, because it's a decent game and it's pretty awesome. But because I couldn't stream it, I was kind of disappointed in this game's functions. I was like, come on, really? It's only got 2 languages, and Japanese and English? I would really want to actually listen to it in French if they had it, because, or Spanish or something, because technically you're on the majority of the ship most of the time, so I would like to hear it in multiple languages also. That was one of my only drawbacks. You could only hear this game in Japanese and English. That's it. I'm like, okay, that's not fun. It's okay, but honestly, because I tested this game out and I enjoyed myself, but because I couldn't stream it, it totally killed the joy out of me playing this game because I couldn't figure out what to do in the stupid water temple because you weren't able to stream this so other people could see what you're actually doing. And honestly, I would have liked to appreciate other people's input on how I was supposed to beat this thing if they could actually see what I was supposed to do in this game and not look up somebody else's stream to try to force myself to watch to figure out what I'm supposed to do by myself when streaming. I was like, how am I supposed to beat this? I can't stream this because Namco Bandai put a block on it, and honestly, I don't know how they got theirs, other YouTubers, to actually stream. They probably have the equipment to do a normal broadcast, and that's why they were able to stream this thing. And I appreciate those YouTubers for helping me beat this game because I could not figure out what I was supposed to do in the stupid water temple. I don't know why every game in the water temple they make it so difficult. In Zelda they made it difficult. I looked at it and I looked at who beat it for me, and I was like saying to myself, why is Water Temple so hard beating in any game anyway? This was a lot easier than, what was it? Tales of Azustra, though. I would say this, once I figured out what I was supposed to do in this game, in comparison to its last predecessor, this game is a whole lot easier once you get past the Water Temple. Because on the PS3, I played the original Tales of Azustra game, its predecessor to this, and I couldn't get past those stupid Water Temple. I was like, what the? Why? And even if I watched videos on it by other YouTubers, I could not beat it because I was too slow. Or I didn't know what was going on. I was like, why can't I get past this thing? There's no blockades or anything to avoid certain detection in Tales of Azustra. So, I just gave up. But otherwise I would have beat that game too. And ultimately, every game that has a water temple does not make the game better. It actually makes it a lot more complicated, but I like puzzles, so I think because she's a girl character, I think that's why Tales of Vesperia. This is my personal observation and opinion about this game. This is totally obvious. I think because you're playing as a female character instead of a male character, that's why her puzzle was a whole lot easier to beat. That's just how I see it. It was a whole lot of... It's a whole lot easier than what it was in the previous game. I was like, but I was glad to play this, but it was too bad I couldn't stream this. Because of the stupid block thing that they had on it. And honestly, Tekken 7, its story looks awesome. I would like to figure out what Akuma has to do with the Tekken series, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up day one, maybe later. I know there's a DLC character if I pre-order it, but I got Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 coming out, so I got the the Legacy Collection, which finally Sony did something remotely correct. Having a collection set all in one game console. But when the PS5 comes out, does that mean Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to come out too? I don't know, because everybody's still wondering. As a game tester, as what I'm calling myself now, a game blogger, I question whether or not Kingdom Hearts 4 is ever going to be out for the PS4, because it hasn't been anything new on the pipeline. They keep rehashing the old games of Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 2.5, and 2.8, or whatever it's called, when a new system comes out. Sony needs to actually come out with a actual backwards compatibility system, because what are we gonna call the newer system that doesn't play PS4 games? A Purple Ray player? I mean, come on. Sony's goal is to make money. But how do you expect to make money if you're coming out with a console every 6 months? Because sooner or later, gamers like myself, I didn't even want a PS4. All I'm doing right now is talking to you guys and streaming and stuff like that. That's all I'm doing on my PS4. I don't do any other gaming stuff on my... You can't even listen to CDs on your PS4. What is this? I mean, I get it, there's no red laser, so you can't play CDs. I don't like using Spotify. I like actually getting CDs, because sometimes what's it called, the iPod does not have it on their iTunes store. So what do I have to do? Go out and buy the CD. That's what I had to do originally when I heard that they don't have the whole album for Space Jam for this album on iTunes. But later, I guess because of the 20-year anniversary edition came out for the actual movie, that's why they finally put the album on iTunes. And if it's gonna take 20 years to actually get something done, I mean, to have something done to a console or anything of that nature, it's just way too long. And that's what it feels like when I wait for Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, wait, my mistake, Kingdom Hearts 3. You might as well call it Kingdom Hearts 7. I mean, everybody's hyped about it, but I wouldn't hold my breath, everybody, when it comes to that game. Because it's not gonna come out. I have a funny feeling that ever since Disney makes so much money on Marvel things, they thought that they totally forgot about everything that they actually do. Like, I think they forgot about Kingdom Hearts 3 altogether, because they're making so much money from Marvel. They're making so much money on what? I think they bought the rights to Beyblade. They have the rights to Pokemon, which for the actual show. I would have never sold Pokemon or Beyblade to Disney, in my personal opinion, to air that show on their network, because that creates a monopoly. So I don't get it. Like, I don't know why people are assuming that Kingdom Hearts 4, or wait, let me rephrase that. Kingdom Hearts 3 is ever going to come out for the PS4. Because that's just how I see it. Because it's been what? It's been 11 years. You have a better chance of dating a girl that you actually like to come around dating you as, rather than waiting for that game. I mean, come on, it's like that. That's how I see it. I mean, I'm not joking, because I know Zelda does the same thing. Zelda takes about 5 years to make, but yet I'm willing to wait 5 years for them to get it right. Like Twilight Princess. I would love to test out that game. If I was an actual game tester, I would love to test out that game too. If somebody gave me but if I had actually, I do have Twilight Princess. I haven't even opened it yet. Because I don't want to open up my Wii U. Because I don't have any space anymore. I don't have enough room in my apartment to carry all my gaming prowess. Let's see. I still have my PS3 sitting over there, and because I don't have the right cabinet space, I don't have that hooked up either. But I'd rather have my PS3 hooked up rather than my PS4. That's just bottom line. Because ever since Sony has claimed that their PS4 doesn't have backwards compatibility, that hurt my heart. That hurt my soul. Like, it hurts me right now just thinking about it. Because I don't like downloading my games. I like this. That's why I bought, what's it called? Where is it? I'm gonna get it. Well, where's that? Where is that? Well, I'm just gonna say it. It was Devil May Cry 4. I went on Amazon just because they had the disc version in Japanese and in English for both subtitles, for both English and Japanese, and that's where I bought my copy of Devil May Cry 4, because I was willing to spend the extra money as a gamer to actually pay, what, $40 off of the Japanese store just from a Japanese seller off of Amazon to buy it on a disc. But I wonder, and that also reminds me, why isn't, like, if it's Region 3 and Region 1, like, why is the PSN store locked for that version, that situation of the PS4 or the PlayStation in general should actually be unlocked. If both games are actually playable on the PS4, they should be region free, even for the DLC. No matter where you bought the disc from or anywhere, it should be all region unlocked. I mean, this has Street Fighter 4, has it all unlocked. I wonder, would that qualify if I played it on another person's region thing? another region account, would that mean I could actually access my DLC from there? Because from my actual system, or his actual system, or hers? Because if that's not the case, then why are Blu-ray discs region free then? If you're not able to access DLC from other regions if it was necessary. I mean, that's the whole point, to have it region free. I mean, that's my other gripe about playing games that have region locks. Because what's the whole point? Why did you guys at Sony call it region free when the PSN is still region locked? That's not necessary. I don't think it's right to call it the PS4 region free when it's still region locked depending on where the game is from. I don't think it's necessary to buy another game just to play it on the English account that you have, or something like that. I think it should be, if I was the owner of Sony, that's the first thing I would actually change if I had enough money to actually do so. I would get rid of the whole region lock thing and PSNs having to be altered because people are trying to change their regions because they can't play the game for that DLC because it's just region locked. I don't think that's necessary. As a game tester myself, because that's what I've noticed about games like this. Devil May Cry 4, I beat the whole game 7 times in total. 3 times on the Tabasco sauce? Yeah.
Text-to-speech unavailable here. Text-to-speech unavailable here.
Playroom.
And this is my choice of... I would put this on anything, for that matter. If I was legally minded to put this on cereal, and it was legally possible, I would do it. But, like I was saying, honestly, certain games should never have a region lock. And when I'm actually testing out the game, I don't know why you're only allowed to stream certain things. When it comes to Devil May Cry, it temporarily blocks it off of YouTube. But that's only when it's not in a video format mode for what's it called? For Devil May Cry 4. That's what I've noticed. That's one of the understandings that I've figured out. Because you have to actually wait a couple seconds to actually stream it on YouTube for Devil May Cry 4. Because I tried it once, but I've never tried it ever since then. But I beat it about 7 times. 3 times on the PS3, the collector's edition, and 4 times on the PS4 version, because I want to unlock all the difficulty levels. That's it. That's all I care about. But I wonder why, because I know why gamers do this, game developers do this, have only a downloaded version of the game. It's because it's cheaper. But why would you sell it for around the same price if you're gonna have it downloadable? Like, I don't understand it. Downloadable games should be actually $10 cheaper than the actual game. Always. I don't believe in overspending anything, especially when it comes to downloading games like Devil May Cry 4. In the disc version, I can understand because it costs more material to make. But in retrospect, I think I'm done ranting about what I'm complaining about as of right now. But, and honestly, gamers, game testers shouldn't be, like, honestly, if like I was saying in the earlier discussion when this was being titled, when I titled this what it is, I would want to, like, the minimum that I would actually get paid to test out a game, I would even do it for $7, testing out a game, depending on what it was. I would even do it for $7. I would even do it for no lower than $7. I would test out a game for $7 an hour, because that's what it is. No less than that, because I need to eat. If somebody was willing to pay me to eat, I would do it. But that's not always the case. Everybody cares too much about money. That's too bad. Well, I don't know. Gaming is part of my life that will never truly change. I live and breathe gaming. The longest I've ever played a game, I've never told. I think I've only talked about it briefly. In one sitting is almost 12 hours. Almost 12 hours. And it was Deus Ex. Mankind Divided. I was like, when I first played it, and I still have it around here somewhere because I have a whole lot of games. I don't know where it is right now, but it's here somewhere. But I think I'll pick it up eventually again, and as a gamer myself, because Kobe's not on the cover of NBA 2K18, I'll definitely pick up the next NBA 2K game, because I have my favorite players. I like Shaq, Jordan. I like Scottie Pippen. I think Scottie Pippen's better than Kobe Bryant. I honestly do. That's why I'm gonna pick up every 2 years. I mainly pick up an NBA 2K game in retrospect. But who knows? I have to find the funding first. But that's it for me today. I don't know what else that I want to actually rant about when I'm actually playing the game. So, I don't know. What else? I think that's it. I think I covered what I wanted to cover today, so I'm gonna be checking out pretty soon. So, wait, hold on. No.
Text to speech unavailable here. Text to speech unavailable here.